it again. Every time Nigeria is ringing bell. If I look on news, it is bell. If I look social media, it is problem. Eh? When I should be drinking coffee, they will make me to come online. They don't want to have me to rest. But you know what? You know what? The spirit in me, the Biafra spirit in me, I said, when I told you, if Mazen Namdekano is looking for 100 people, I promise that I have 50 in me. You have not seen anything. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. It is not by my power. But, you know, as my own oro, I am a royal ike. You understand? Till Biafra come. But today you are going to receive sense. The crypto, Nigeria crypto. As they are crippling your economy, they close border. They closed the border. ESN came out automatically, you know, weaponized. It shocked them. It shocked them. They said, this border no work. This close of border no work. Now, how do we stop the funding now of this Sunday or Igbo? How do we stop the contribution? Let us stop the crypto. Because they were following Nigerians, southern Nigerians. Use crypto. We should open crypto. Use crypto. Don't use the Western Union. Don't use this. They say, so these people are doing crypto. Okay, let us slash them. Bah! They are not considering the economic impact of crypto. No. They are not considering how much the crypto is bringing to Nigeria economy. Their agenda is not to make Nigeria progress. No. They have a better agenda. Now you get the point. Now you get the point. My only problem is that why is it that you must wait? Was Thomas born in Nigeria? Is Thomas a Nigerian? Is Thomas in the Bible in Nigeria? Are you a lineage of Thomas? Are you a lineage of Thomas? All of you have Thomas blood in your vein. How did you get Thomas blood in your vein? That it must happen to you first before you understand. We hear more in Anubia. You hear more kind of woo. When we are telling you, you don't know no. We are telling you, even we are not prophets, but everything we have said, everything we open this mouth to say, if it don't happen today, it will happen tomorrow. I want you to go from the beginning of this struggle, from the beginning. In fact, even the one that we are not sure of, once God asks us to say it, we will say it and God will do it. Hey! I said, did you see the prayer? May God harden the heart of the leaders in Nigeria so that we will tell them, the world may know that Obi is no longer a boy. I remember when we used to read the history of the Greeks, the Greek god. I don't know, you know, of course you don't read all those things in Africa. The
is na wicked word. This is na confusion word. Listen to Palibran. I will be telling you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work. Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. Opposite Udi. But the rocky on the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver. The driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the body boy. See no day for thought. See no day for thought. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting.
I want you people to understand that the liberation of Biafra has entered the highest stage in the history of Biafra. Not even during the war. I am telling you, it has entered the highest stage ever. And we are going to do everything humanly possible in this life to restore Biafra. Everything humanly possible will be done. And I want you people to understand that the Biafra liberation is step by step, segment by segment, plan by plan, executions by execution. We'll be executing those plans according to the template till the last one. And Biafra.
Let us go talk about the objective of your struggle and how do you intend to achieve it in practical terms?
In practical terms, it is civil disobedience. The same way that Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. accomplished civil rights in America, the same way that Mahatma Gandhi led India to independence out of British colonial rule. The same principles we are applying, and might I add, very successfully too. We will do everything possible to unravel and unshackle the zoo called Nigeria. Everything humanly possible. No stone will be left unturned. We will sacrifice everything sacrificable. Material, life, blood will throw into.
And we will do everything humanly possible to see the Biafra exit.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us again this very evening. We have come back again to have a very quick one. It's going to be a very quick one. So please, as you join us, like and share the program. Like and share to all platforms, share to family and friends, share to everyone that is close to you so that they can join us on this program to spread this gospel. It is a gospel that we must preach, no matter what the enemies want to do, no matter what they want to say. We will continue to speak, no matter how difficult it is. Every little opportunity we have, we will come out and speak. I welcome every one of you that has connected wherever you are connecting from. I thank you so much for joining. Please like and share the program. We are going to take it very quick. You know that there is fundraising that is coming up, and those who want to be part of that fundraising should be able to be there and be part of it. And in fact, every one of us should be part of it. Not those, every one of us should be part of it. try as much as possible to give our widows' minds to see that the gospel of Biafra continues. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching me from, I welcome you once again to this very platform. Thank you for joining us. We have not been able to come towards evening due to some sudden troubles and issues. Those of us who are broadcasting, we have issues also. I have my personal problems. I have other issues that can hinder me from coming on. But I have already made my own mind up. I made up my mind. I said that no matter how difficult it is, every little opportunity I have to make a contribution, I will definitely do so. And that is why I'm here. My fellow Biafrans, a lot is happening and continue to happen. That is why it is important that we keep in touch with each other. So wherever you are and you're watching me at this moment, I wish you once again a very happy weekend. So many of us who joined me in the morning program, I wish everybody a happy weekend. And those who are not there today, you are now getting your own wishes. I appreciate everybody. It's not easy. Many of us were not able to make it from last week to this week. But those of us that made it, we have every reason to glorify the name of Chukwu Kabiama and continue to thank him. I thank every one of you that has stood strong, even at this very difficult time, a time where you look left, right, and center, you will see reasons to pull back. Whenever you look, you will see so many reasons to pull back, but at the same time, you refuse to pull back. Regardless the attack coming from east, west, north, and south, right, you refuse to pull back. It is not easy. It is not easy. It's not everybody that will be able to make that decision, but you made that decision and you stood by that decision. You deserve to be applauded. And that is why I'm applauding every one of you that have stood their ground in the midst of all the propaganda, blackmail, deception, distractions. You are there. I thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I pray that Chukwu Okike will give you the strength and power to be there until we get to a promised land. We must continue. Don't give up. Do not give up. Whether our prime minister is here or not here, whether our supreme leader is here or not here, you and I, we are here. And we have somebody that is piloting the affair of the Biafran today. Whether she's getting it wrong or getting it right, all we need to do is to continue to push on and support until we get to our destination. It can never be excellent the way we want it. But I bet you we don't have any other option. And we have to continue to build on what we have until we get to where we want to be. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you once again that have stood tall till this moment. It is not easy. It is not easy. But as many as are paying attention, you will now begin to realize your mistakes. Many are realizing their mistakes. Many are turning back now. Many are coming back to the right senses. Many are now focusing on the right thing, which is the right thing to do. So many people that claim to be confused, they are coming back to their senses. And if you are still following somebody who cannot be able to differentiate between good and evil, or somebody who will know evil and still decide to support evil because of his or her personal interest, those people are not deserved to be followed. I have said it time and time again. Evil is evil. It does not matter who committed that evil. Good is good. It does not matter who committed the good. That is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, even as we know that the politicians in Biafra land are the number one evil that are fighting against our struggle. We know that the politicians in Nigeria are the number one obstacle, but still, you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when any of the governors or the politicians do something good, he will commend them. He will not say because they are politicians, he will not commend them. Because they are politicians, he will call them. No. He will commend them. The same thing with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Whenever you do something that is good, even if you are an enemy of the Biafra, we will commend you for that particular good thing that you did. And when you go back to your evil, we will call out your evil, call it out again and again. That is how a human being is supposed to function. A human being that have the spirit of Chukwu Okike in him. That is how it's supposed to function. And that is how the Biafra we want to create is to function. The Biafra we want to create a Biafra where you will call evil evil, call good good. You see A, you say this is A. You see B, this is B. Take it from heaven to hell, it's A. That is the Biafra we want to create. We don't want to create a Biafra where somebody will see A and call it B because it is his enemy that pronounced that A first. No. No, we don't want that kind of Biafra. We don't want a Biafra where somebody will see the truth. You will not support that truth because it is your enemy that told that truth. No, it doesn't matter. Whether your enemy, whether your whatever person you hate, speak the truth. Support the truth. It is the truth you are supporting, not that person, not that person. We don't want to create a country like the Zoological Republic where you can never speak the truth, where people support their belly. In Nigeria today, people support their stomach, only their stomach. People are focused on supporting their belly. We cannot create another country where people support their belly like Nigeria. That is why I ask people, what kind of Biafra do you want in particular? Those of us that are shouting, all hail Biafra, I want Biafra, I want Biafra, I love Mazin Dandika, I love Mazin Samadika. What kind of Biafra do you really want? What type of Biafra? Are you sure you're not trying to create another zoological republic? Are you sure you're not trying to create another zoo where people will be manipulated, where people will be enslaved, where people will be controlled? Are you sure that is not what you're looking for? You must be very careful to point out what you want, pursue what you want, look towards what you want, and hold on to it. We don't want to create. That is why I say today, before you open your phone to listen to anybody online, look at what they have been doing all this while. Look at where they started from, where they are coming from. There is no way somebody will support evil, support something that is wrong, support it wholly, and all of a sudden you say you realize that if you see anybody that have changed different group for within a space of 6 months, within a space of 6 months, you see someone that have changed up to 3-4 group. You are here today, the next day, within a space of 6 months, that person is not supposed to be listened to. It doesn't matter the message the person has. It does not matter how good the person is. It does not matter the message the person has. It does not matter how innocent the person is. You are not supposed to be listening to such person. Our Prime Minister left us just within 6 or 7 months. Within that situation, you have been with 3-4 groups. Only one person. You are here. You said it's not good. You jump here. You said it's not good. You jump here. You said it's not good. And where you are today, we are not even sure you're still going to be remaining there. So, how will the Biafrans be listening to such individuals? Why? How will you even contemplate on this planet Earth to listen to such an individual, let alone paying attention or giving them money to do anything for you? How can any Biafran in his right mind? You can imagine the kind of revelations they are making by themselves today. You can imagine. You know that this man is evil. You know that this man is qualified, is not qualified. You know that this man is not the person that is supposed to be on that position. You know that this man has a criminal intent. You know that this man has a criminal cases in the United States. You know this man has been indicted several times. You know that this man doesn't have what it takes to lead. You know that this man doesn't even have the confidence and the word to speak. You know that this man is not charismatic. You know very well that in qualification, this person does not qualify. The most painful one, you know, according to the structure, this is not the person that is supposed to be there. And yet you stirred up the confusion because of your personal interest, because of your personal hatred, because of grudges. You stirred up a confusion to destroy the structure that was put in place by the same man you claim you love. Structure that was meant to build Biafra. You destroyed it. Today, we are fighting so hard to recover. We have not yet recovered from it. We have not yet recovered from the destruction you created. And after creating that destruction, you splitted the forces that are supposed to be together. Forces that are supposed to join hands together. work together to fight a just cause and get what we want. You destroyed it. You created confusion. You created distrust between the men on the ground fighting and those who are in diaspora working in the government in exile. You created a distraction. Those who are working for the government. The United States of Biafra government was declared. You created a distraction and division. Created distrust. Today, there are very heavy distrust between the men on the ground and the government of the day. I bet you can never deny that this man on the ground has something to do. The people you always call their name. One thing I don't like is you overhyping them and praising them. One thing I don't like is you idealizing them. But you can never take out the fact that these men on the ground that we're talking about, they worked so hard. They have fought gallantly, and you and I saw their work. Anybody, you don't deny that fact. Even when the deputy prime minister was speaking, she showed respect to them. She appreciated them. She said she respected them. Likewise, every single one of us, unless you are evil, unless you're not sincere, these people have made a mark. We have seen the work they did. You saw it. I saw it. But look at the division you created. You have created enmity to the extent that you are now destroying their own image. The people who have fought, some of them have lost members of their family. They lost their means of livelihood. They don't have any other business. In fact, they can't do any other thing except Biafra comes. But today, you have created enmity between them and the government that they are supposed to be working for and protecting. That is a very great damage. And I ask you, now that you are getting your senses gradually, how are you going to repair the damages that you have done? How are you going to repair the damages that you have done? Sometimes when I look at the people, the men we respected before, I look at the way they are being treated today, it breaks my heart. The men that we respected when Manzi Simon Ekpa was here, the men that we saw march in the street of Biafra land, they march in the street. The men that we see well organized, well equipped, we saw their actions. Every blessed day we see what they do and where they go. And when they march, everywhere is shaking. But today, because of what somebody did, they have now been relegated almost to zero. The Biafrans hardly have respect for them. Nigerian government never fears anymore. They don't care. Nigerian government never shake. When their name is mentioned, the Nigerian government doesn't shake anymore, unlike before. It is high time we retrace our steps. It is high time we begin to make amends. It is high time. Every one of us have to open their hands. Forget your ego. Forget your pride. Forget that name you have been called. Forget that thing that is on top of your head. Keep it aside. Let us say, because of our collective interest, Biafra, let's allow everything to lie low. Let's allow the sleeping dog to sleep. Allow the sleeping dog to lie. All of us cannot be correct at the same time. Every one of us must have offended each other in one way or the other. And this was brought about by some people that have big mouths that don't know how to control themselves. There are people that feel that simply because you are on the media, you speak and Biafrans say right on, you think you have arrived. Because you on your camera and the Biafrans will come and hail you and shout, and you forget your senses. Because of that, you destroyed what you are supposed to build. How will you feel today when you look at the men who were honored Just a few months ago. The men who were respected and honored. Today, you see how people are talking to them online. You see how people disrespect them online. You see how people abuse them and insult them online. Something that hasn't been happening. You see the chaos you created. The men who were respected lost their respect. These are men who have fought for Biafra. I can never deny the fact. Anybody that is denying the fact that this general, I mentioned their name, Butuzo and what's his name? Gentle. Butuzo and Gentle. These two guys have fought. They have fought a battle in this very restoration of Biafra, and we saw their deed. They fought during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They fought in the time of Mazi Simon Ekpa. So what happened? These men have, if you say they have not fought, you are lying to yourself. If you try to come and deny it, you are lying to yourself. Everybody acknowledged that, including the Deputy Prime Minister. She acknowledged that they have really, really worked. And she respected them. She spoke good of them. But someone somewhere continued to stir up distraction, stir up hatred, stir up confusion. And for one reason or the other, they fell into that confusion. And today, you see as if everything is starting afresh. With that confusion now, you see different kinds of contractors springing up from all angles. You see why people are springing up from all angles. That is why after I watched the video that our brother made, one of our brother made, he broke my heart. This was a brother who was preaching online. Excellent message. Very sound message. All the way from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Sam. All of a sudden, he changed. When I saw the recent video he made, saying that he's no longer going to attack anybody, I say, thank God you've just realized yourself. If you can just go back to what you were doing before. Nobody say you will not point out something that is wrong. When you see something that is wrong, you point it out and you forward, you move ahead. You don't attack. It is not about attacking a Biafra. When you are pointing out an error, that is not an attack. You mention it and you move ahead. Many people are listening to you. Many people are watching. It is left for them to use it or not use it. You can only take a horse to the river, but you can't force the horse to drink the water. Just like things I'm saying here. I might be making noise here, shouting. It is not mandatory that people must agree with what I say. Whether the government or non-government. It is not mandatory. I can't force my word into anybody. I just say what I feel within my heart. And those who feel that I'm making sense will make use of it. And think I'm all the same line. I can criticize, I can call names, I can do, but when I do it, I'm not forcing it on people, not forcing on that somebody should go and implement what I decide. No. It doesn't work that way. People are still free to make their decisions. My own speech have set me free from the mistake that you're going to make in future, from the confusion that's going to arise. I have just removed myself from it by making my own contribution. And when I watched the video of that by my brother, how he was explaining the way these business contractors have come into the Biafran struggle to cause confusion and create chaos. I can tell you, I agree with him 80% on that very discussion. I agree with him, if not 90%, that there are certain people who are fraudulent, who just come to defraud. They claim what they are not. They claim what they don't have. And they keep on approaching people on media. If you are not careful, you begin to propagate a message for them, a message that doesn't have, that is unverifiable. And that is how they captured our sister. That is how they captured our sister. They captured her because they were giving her information, people, different kinds of human beings, feeding her, and she felt that she has more than enough information, more than the people that she's working for. that she now have she is now on top of the world. She have information more than the government, have information more than every other person. Simply because you're online, people are calling you. If I open up my phone and begin to put the message on my phone in this very video now, we will not go here till tomorrow. Informations that are landing on my video, if I begin to play them one after the other, for good 1 week. For good 1 week, continuously, I will not finish it. Different kinds of information, different kinds of gossip, different kinds of requests. Some will call you and tell you what to talk. Some will call you and tell you, look at what this person is saying. Some will bring this video. Different kinds of direction. Some will begin to give you different kinds of idea. Different kinds of offer. But if you are somebody who is easily carried away, you take what they say and you think it's for real. But when they give you this information, just pause for a second. Wait for within a day or two, you realize that that thing they said is just absolute nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. Or just ask them 1 or 2 questions. After sending that thing and you watch, ask 1 or 2 relevant questions. You'll just discover that all these people are just confusionists everywhere. That is why I choose my stand where I am. That is why I choose my stand. That I'm not here for saga. I don't care where you belong. I do not care who you want to support. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that the United States of Biafra themselves signed freedom of association. Freedom of association. You are very free to be with anybody, whether a criminal, whether a gangster, whoever you choose. It is your business. The only thing you have to have at the back of your mind is that there is a consequence for every group where you belong. There will be a penalty for whatever you think you're doing. There will be an account. A day of reckoning will definitely come. That is the only thing you will have at the back of your mind. As you are choosing the side where you belong, it is your right. As you are choosing whom to support, where to praise, it is your right. But the thing you have at your mind is that a day of reckoning is coming. As we are speaking, we might wake up tomorrow, you hear that Master Simon Ekpa is out. How are you going to present yourself when they ask, what have you done? The number one thing that will be looked into first by Master Simon Ekpa is the structure. Who is the person that is supposed to step in his shoes to take care of things until he comes? That is the first thing Simon Ekpa should consider. And if Master Simon Ekpa comes out and refuses to recognize the structure he himself put in place, then there is a problem. We have to blame him. Because the structure is very clear. Without you even naming somebody, we, with our common sense, know who is there. That is the where to start. And if you did not support that structure, you have already failed from there. And when you fail from there, there is nothing you are going to say to him that will make sense. But let's assume we all have patience and stand with that structure. And Master Simon comes out. If there is any mistake that is made by the person that is leading on that structure, it is the duty of a Master Simon to penalize the person and rebuke that very person and make necessary changes where necessary. Do you think Master Simon will never come out? That is the question. Is there anything you know that we don't know that is making you to go extra mile to create thousands of groups and begin to create different accounts and all whatnot? Is there something you know that we do not know? No matter how long it takes Master Simon to join us, he will definitely join us. And if you are sensible, the very first place to start is from the structure in the body. For anyone who refused to stand with that structure from day one, you have no right anywhere to speak about the issue of Biafra. You have nowhere to stand. You have nowhere. Even if you do not agree with whatever, There is nothing wrong in you stepping aside silently and watch. There's nothing wrong in you stepping aside silently and watch. If you're not ready to walk inside, you can be silent. There are people who are walking on the ground. Do you think it's all these people that you hear the name that are working for Biafra? There are people who are working tirelessly for Biafra. They don't come on video. They don't belong anywhere. They are not even in the government. There are people who are not in the government, but they are working for Biafra 247. Some people contributing reasonable amount of money, but they are not in anywhere and they are not interested. All they want is freedom. All they want is freedom. So if you feel that you don't want to be on that front line because the seat is not comfortable on how it is today, why don't you relax yourself and wait? Wait until when the Prime Minister joins us, or you think he's not going to come back again? Do you by any means or by chance think that our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, will not join us again? Possibly, maybe. That is why I say maybe there are some things some people know that we do not know. But I know that as long as Chukwu Okekabiama lives, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa must regain their freedom. Nothing is going to stop it. Nothing. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether the government like it, whether they don't like it, whether the Zoological Republic government like it, whether they don't like it, Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must regain their freedom. It is a must. The only thing you owe them today is that you that has some little freedom, do your own part. Even in the territory of the enemy, they are working tirelessly, day in, day out. You see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu energy in the court after 5 good years and still counting. You never see him come to complain. He's not distracted. His focus is on the target. Freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom for my people. Freedom for my people. He has never made it his personal concern, personal issue. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decide to make it personal, he will come out. But he's not thinking about himself. He's always presenting Biafra. The same thing Mazi Simon Ekpa. The same thing Mazi Simon Ekpa. If Mazi Simon Ekpa decides to hands off Biafra today, he will come out and he go about his businesses and do what he wants to do. But the powers that be have activated the global conspiracy to make sure that the voice of the Biafran people is not heard. And you are there listening. You can imagine after more than 8 years, or even more than 10 years, let's say more than almost 10 years, that all the people all the politicians in the southern part of Nigeria rejected Ruga. They brought Ruga. All the politicians, all the states rejected Ruga. They changed the name. They call it livestock. Every state rejected the livestock. They brought the third name again. I've forgotten the third name they bring. People rejected it. After almost 10 years, you see today they are bringing that Ruga back. Today, they are returning the Ruga through the Chief of Army Staff. Through the Chief of Army Staff, they are returning Ruga. You can imagine the Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria coming out to tell you that every state in the country must build Ruga to make peace. When we tell you that these Fulani people are not giving up, you think it's a joke. When you hear everybody shout that Fulani will not stop, they will never stop. If you think you're wishful thinking, oh, we will pray, God forbid, oh, impossible, they cannot take over, oh, they cannot run us over, oh, we are Igbos, we are strong people, oh, we are Biafra, we are strong people. Nothing, exactly my brother, Anebu Achara, waterway, yes. Thank you, my brother Anebu Achara. You are on point. You're on point. You are following up. They brought waterway. Everybody said no. They brought livestock. They said no. They brought Ruga. We said no. After more than 8 years, after almost 10 years, today, they now bring that Ruga back through the chief of army staff. Today, it is the chief of army staff that is going state by state, village by village, preaching to them that the only way to stop the killing that is happening is to create Ruga. You can imagine. Coming to tell us that the only way to stop the madness is to create Ruga. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This is what we see. And some of you think it's ordinary. It is not ordinary. The earlier you wake up, the better for you. Yeah, welcome, my beloved sister. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you, my sister. Go ahead and talk to us. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Good afternoon from here. It's my first time. I'm sorry I was struggling with the camera and the mic, but it's my first time of joining you. I've been like watching you and following your program.
Thank you so much. You're welcome, my sister.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Oh my God. Thank you. I appreciate all that you're doing, telling the truth and telling the truth on your channel. And I'm praying that this truth you're telling, you keep telling day in, day out, that a lot of Biafrans, especially those in the homeland, who were following that madam in France, I hope they'll get to see you and hear the truth so that they actually know where to belong. We are not falling back because we know the truth. So I just want to say that.
Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that wonderful, wonderful word. That is why we're here. I have my morning program. This is an evening program. I don't normally spend much time on evening program. I spend maybe 45 minutes or 1 hour, and then I close the program for evening, because today also there is going to be a fundraising for Biafran that are watching, wherever you're watching. We have a fundraising, which is a very important program that we have every Saturday. We are dedicated to it every Saturday. Wherever you are, your widow's mite can go a long way. It will go a long way. Everything we are saying today boils down on finance. Without finance, so many things cannot be able to be done. The little you have, make sure you get committed. And those of us who claim they are still confused, I don't know what will be confusing somebody at this particular point in time. With the confessions that people, that's why I tell people, we no longer have a job. They have made the job easy for us. So any Biafran today that have come and say that he's still confused and listening, if you want to go there to catch fun, it's up to you. Go and have fun and listen. But if you are truly sincere, you are looking for the message of Biafra, that is not the right place to go. You know whom to listen to. That's why I tell people, before you begin to follow somebody or listen, go and check what have they been saying few years back. Check their record. Where are they coming from? What are they saying? Where are they coming from? You can see people who have jumped ship. They have jumped into 3 groups or 4 groups within a space of 6 months. And the place where they are today, you are not even sure they're going to remain there. You're not sure. And yet, people will pay attention and go there to listen. It is so sad. It is so, so sad. But every one of us today, we must wake up. We have a bigger challenge. A bigger challenge that we have to be looking towards. Not people who are deceiving themselves. A bigger challenge. The Fulanis are not giving up. If you think that the Fulani people are going to stop, you are wasting your time. That's why I tell our people, if we can borrow leave, if there is something we can borrow from the Fulanis, it is their way of dedication to pursue what they want. One thing we have to learn from the Fulani people, self-preservation and dedication to their needs. Fulanis can do anything to preserve themselves. They don't care. They don't care how you feel. They don't joke with self-preservation. They do everything humanly possible to preserve themselves and preserve what they want. Unlike us, look at the project the Fulanis are pursuing. A project that started from during the time of Osman Danfodio, before the amalgamation of Nigeria. A project they started right far back. They are still pursuing that project up to today. When they give back to a Fulani man, he will still pursue that project. Whichever office you put them, they are pursuing that project to dip the Quran into the Atlantic Ocean. Look at how they fight for each other. You can imagine this Ruga we are talking about. Something that is outdated. No human being that is sane today will be advising people to carry cow around. No sensible person today will be advising people, carry your cow from here to there, carry cow will be traveling from one corner to the other. No sensible person will do that. But these Fulanis, they continue to preserve that very thing as their culture. They continue to preserve it. Against even how it is, they preserve it with lands of their blood. That today, they have now used, the chief of army staff is now a media personnel, going from state to state to preach Ruga. But look at us. Look at us. Biafra that we are chasing. It's not up to 2 decades that Mazen Nadekano started this phase now. It's not up to 2 decades. People are already tired. People are already confused. Thousands of groups are springing up. Not up to 2 decades that Mazen Nadekano moved to, I think, 2011. Check from 2011 to now. How many years? We are already getting tired. People are getting confused. We couldn't hold our hand and pursue that project. Hold it and pursue that project. So many of us are speaking from different sides of our mouth. But the Janjaweed, even their politicians are pursuing the project of Ottoman Danfodio that have been put hundreds of years ago. They are still following that project. That when they give back to a child today, it will still follow. And this was one of the messages Mazen Nandekano preached. Mazen Nandekano reminded us that our case is going to be like the case of Israel, and we must have to be prepared. That the warfare we're going to fight, that even after we have freed ourselves from this zoological republic, we should prepare for the attacks that is going to be coming from them, because they won't stop. They will still be our neighbors. Don't ever forget that this Janjaweed will still be our neighbors. They are still our neighbors. And you know what Israel is facing today in the hand of their neighbors? You see how they are hated. Attack coming from right, left, and center. That is what we have to expect on our own side. That is why our nation is going to be a police country. Men and women has to be ready and trained. When you give birth to your child, educate your child. Let your child know who is who. The people that made themselves our enemy today, we didn't call them enemies. The Biafrans never woke up one day and brandished people to be enemies. No. These people made themselves enemy to Biafrans. We grew up and we saw them and they told us that they are enemies. Even when we try to forget about the past, by going back to reintegrate with them, go to their places, invest, develop their place, still yet they will tell you to your face, we don't want you. We don't want you. So the hatred they are not pretending about the hatred. Maybe in the olden days they were pretending. Today, in 2015, they don't pretend about the hatred. Look at the election that is this stupid selection that is coming up. The idiot that called himself P2B, that is pretending to be fighting for himself. You see the way they are insulting him, telling him to his face that he's not wanted. People come in, they tell him that they hate him, and they went ahead to say include Igbo into it. which is the main reason they hate him. And you still want me to come here and shout and preach to you that to tell you who is your enemy. Just like people who say that Mazi Samaneko is instigating or Mazi Nadikan is instigating. You don't need to instigate any Biafran. We don't need anybody to instigate. It is the Nigerian government that continue to throw it at our face. What you see in Nigeria, we instigate you to do something. Their policies, when you look at the policies they put on in Nigeria, it is against you, targeted at you. If you're living abroad, when you flew from the country where you are, as soon as you land to Malaba International Airport or you land at Abuja Airport, from there, that moment you begin to realize that you are different from every other person, even though you claim to be going back to a country where you belong to. Once you land to the Mohammed International Airport or you land in Abuja Airport, your dressing and your appearance alone, they know where you come from. If you're from Biafra land, they know automatically. The way they will check you is different from the way they will check an Aboki man. The way they will check you is different from the way they will check somebody from the Southwest. Totally different. You begin to experience that intimidation. From there, that discrimination, you begin to, from the airport. Then you enter the road. Every single checkpoint you go, the way they talk to you, the way they interact with you, you will understand that you are not home. This place you are is not, you don't belong here. You don't belong here. Even the way they charge, in your presence, somebody will be charged 5 naira for something. They will tell you pay 10 naira. You ask for what? They say you have to pay 10 naira. In your presence, somebody will be charged something, pay 1,000. They will tell you pay 5,000. You ask them, this guy paid 1,000. Why should I pay 5? They say you pay 5,000. No explanation. They continue to treat you differently. You wake up in the morning, go on their media. You see what they are doing on their conventional media. The way they speak to your people, they talk about issues that concerns us, shows you that they don't want you. The one they call Abike Dabiri, that is in charge of diaspora, whatever. If not for the way the Biafrans paid attention and attacked her during the case of our sister in Canada, if not the way Biafrans attacked her during that time, that woman was one of the people that is making sure that we do not see the light of the day. That woman was going around the whole world campaigning against the Biafran people. And she's still doing it today on the ground. She's still doing it today on the ground. Spilling lies, damaging the main image of, more especially the Igbo Biafrans, wherever they are. Abike Dabiri is still on that mission. She's still on that mission. Only that we just realize what they have been doing for a long time. Starting from that case of our sister in Canada. That Biafrans rose up, everybody began to use his platform to respond. And when they saw the response of the Biafran, they couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. The idiotic people we call politicians who are representatives, those idiots and clowns who are there in their House of Assembly and House of Senate, they have already joined hand to sign documents to go and bring their own daughter back. Something a ginger will never do on this planet. No Fulani man will ever join you to sign anything against his brother. Impossible. It is impossible for a Fulani man to sign a document against his brother with you and a Yamili. You better think again. Even a Yoruba man will not do that. But the Southeast governors, Igbo people in the House of Senate and Assembly, they were there. They were there. They cooked up signing signatures to go and bring that lady back. If not that our Prime Minister Mazi raised his voice and gathered people in Finland, in Canada, the United States of Biafra mission in Canada, then went and pushed people. They went there, meet her, follow her, write letters to Canada, and they write letters to necessary places, and stood our ground. Everybody on social media bringing evidence of where the problem started. That we are not the aggressors. It is these people that were the aggressors. They were the ones that have always caused the confusion. We are just on defense all the time, defending ourselves. That was how we won that issue. And it gone dead and buried. Even that woman was sued. The one that I became. Did they talk about it? They didn't talk about it. For spilling lies against an innocent woman. This has been happening for a very long time. I don't know what we did to some of our Yoruba brothers and sisters. I don't know why they hate us so much. Those are Wolowo boys. I don't know why they hate us so much. That they measure their own success with our failure. Once they see that we are down, they will raise their hand and thank God that they are succeeding. The only way some of the Yorubas measure their success is by seeing a Biafra failing. They don't care. Even if the Janjaweed is cutting their head. Today, their bushes is being taken over. A lorry have been taken and more places have been taken. No, it doesn't concern them. What concerns them is that Igbo man that is talking about Biafra. That Igbo man that is invested in Lagos. Genuinely invested, using his money to buy what he wants, not by force, by negotiation. That is the person that they see as a threat. But the person that is coming with a gun to cut off their head, they don't care. In fact, they open their arms and welcome them. I don't know how else we are going to speak about this issue for us to know that we don't belong here. I thank Chukwu Kukabiama that we have made the greatest statement ever on the 29th of November 2024 by redeclaring Biafra. That is why if I see some clowns that are speaking against that redeclaration, they don't know what they are doing to themselves. When you stand and speak against that redeclaration of Biafra, you don't know what you are doing yourself. You are taking yourself back to Egypt. You don't know what you are doing to yourself. And wherever you are as a Biafran, the earlier you begin to focus on things that matters today, the better for you and I. The earlier you begin to understand that the only way forward is Biafra. We don't have any other option. There is no other option. There is no other option. The only thing you can do is that if you say you don't like the way we are pursuing it, please create your own way and make sure you are sincere and pursue Biafra. Those who believe in you will join you and pursue it. Don't force anybody. Mazen Nanikam did not force anybody. Master Simon did not force anybody. They earn the respect they have. And they earn it. They earn it with their good work. It wasn't by force. It wasn't by command and control. It wasn't by lying. It is by speaking the truth. When the Biafran people see that you have truth in you, they are going to follow you. They will obey you. They will join you and fight along with you and protect you where necessary. We must not support anything that is lie. When you see somebody lying, even if it is your brother, your group member, your leader, anybody that is with you and is lying, begin to shout on time. Tell him, this one is the lie, I don't agree. Whether he or she listen or not, speak the truth. Don't say because, this lie is against your enemy, you accept it. Don't. Even against your enemy, don't tell lie against your enemy. We don't need it. That is why Mazen Nandekano is successful. You see Mazen Nandekano, even in the court of the enemy, they couldn't find anything against him. Even in the court, in the territory of the enemy, they could not find anything to hold against him in all his broadcasts. You saw them playing his broadcasts, the ones they laid their hand on, and all of them was thrown to dustbin. Because he never tell lies. Even Mazen Nandekano spoke against this Turubu. Every revelation he made about Turubu, we had the truth. Will Turubu go to them and say, Mazen Nandekano speak lie against him? Did he bring any charge against Mazen Nandekano? Mazen Nandekano was not only talking about Buhari, he talked about Turubu and exposed his lies, exposed his crimes. He was not blackmailing him. He was not telling lies against him. You don't support lying. That is why in everything, follow the truth. The foundation was there. Unless you are not following the foundation laid by Mazen Nandekano. Because he laid the foundation on truth. And he has been standing on that truth up to this moment as we speak. And that is why he succeeded. He laid the foundation of truth. That is why he said, I will use the truth to destroy Nigeria. He didn't say, I will use propaganda. He said, I will use the truth to destroy Nigeria. And that is exactly what he's doing. The truth. The truth. When you see somebody around you, tell that person, this lie, I'm not part of it. Remove yourself from it. That is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, even when he was taught, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu do not agree with Nigerian politicians, whether be Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, more especially Igbo politicians. He doesn't agree with them at all. But when they do something that is sensible, he will commend them. That is the truth. When they do something that is, he will call them and commend them. He will call them out in his program and commend them that they did well. He will not say, oh, because they are politicians and they look ahead. He will now condemn the good thing they did and say it is evil. No, no, no. And when they do something wrong, he will call them out with the highest voice. The same thing with Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa have commended some politicians who changed their mind and did the right thing at a particular point in time. And when you twist and begin to do the opposite, he will call you out at the same time. It doesn't matter the good you have done before. When you do evil, we call it evil. You do good, we call it good. Regardless who you are. But today, what we see today are people that cover evil. Because you hate somebody, you begin to preach lie, propaganda against the person. Propaganda up to the extent of telling that your own brother is not, or your own sister is not a Biafran person. Even though you know, this person, you know his origin, the person have already given you every information about her, about him, you know up to their hometown where they are, but you come and say that the person is a Fulani, and you be shouting and saying it, and it will be sweet in your mouth. Up to the stand that an elderly woman that is supposed to be preparing to meet the Lord came out and say that I was with you in the north. We are doing the same thing in the north. We are neighbors, so we are living together. Just to create propaganda that doesn't hold water. For no just cause, you have the enemy there. We know propaganda is part of the struggle, but not against your brother. Why not use that your power? Use it against your enemy. Why not use it against your enemy? Why are you using it against your own brother? What is the essence of using that propaganda against your own brother?
Don't bring us for script.
Yeah, does. Why are you using it against your own brother? And so many of us keep on listening to these issues, things that doesn't make sense, things that doesn't add up. I don't know why people continue to pay attention to such kind of issues. And I hope, my fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I hope that at this point in time, you will not be saying that you're waiting or you're looking for somebody to direct you or to teach you what to say or what to do. We have gotten to a point where every one of us know what is right. And we need to be doing the right thing at the right time, at this point in time. You're welcome, sir. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Holy? Is that Holy or Holly? Can you hear me, Holly?
Which now?
Can you hear me? I want to be sure if you can hear me. You want to contribute? I'm not sure Holly is hearing me. Maybe next time, because I'm almost rounding up on the program now. Maybe next time you can make contribution. Can you hear me? Holy, can you hear me? Are you there?
We are here.
Oh, I can hear your voice. Maybe Daddy want to contribute. That's why I'm giving your Daddy chance to speak.
You're
not allowed to show you two of them. You're not allowed to state something.
Okay, let's have it there. So I'm going to be rounding up on the program because of the program we have this evening. We are having the fundraising that is going to start by 7 p.m. Biafran time, so that people can be able to take some rest and join the fundraising that is coming up by 7 p.m. Every one of us need to be there and make our little contribution so that we can be able to push our new nation forward. Wherever you are as a Biafran, remember that the strength of this very struggle is in your hand. If you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. We all have to be making the sacrifice, do whatever we can, no matter how little, to move our nation forward. The battle is for all of us. We are going to be fighting this battle. It's not ending today or tomorrow. We need to be consistent in the fight, no matter how difficult it is. That was why Mazen Nankanu said consistency is the key. If you are consistent, definitely we are going to win. We need to prepare. The war is still ahead, and we will fight it until we get to our destination. So, as I'm running up the program, my beloved sister Esther, if you're still there, just give us your closing remark as I round up on the program. My sister Esther, I think you're muted. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. I was saying that the truth of the matter is that all that you have said, it is the fact. And the sooner that we all realize that what is happening now in Nigeria is a planned agenda. It's not just today, it's not yesterday, it's many years ago.
Yes.
It's a plan that's been set to happen. And for their chief of defense staff coming out to say, all of them, those are just the cabals that have been ruling Nigeria. All of them are in the same shoes, that they are in the they have the same plan. They are part and parcel of the plan, including the current Tinubu presidency. Tinubu knows what is going on. So any Nigerian that still thinks that Nigeria is going to be won, for instance, the Yorubas, now they are seeing that all that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said is coming to pass. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi has said. Then you talk of the Hausas. I was just watching a program on YouTube this morning, where the Hausas now they are saying no, they don't want what's his name? Atiku to rule them. So they started outlining what has been going on in Hausa land. Because initially the Hausas pretended that they were the Fulanis are part of them. They're saying Hausa Fulani. But now they're coming to the realization that it is a different agenda. The Fulanis have a different agenda than what the Hausas had envisaged. So we as Biafrans, we all need to know this. For those of us who are still, hiding in the dark or not knowing that, we as Biafrans, we are peculiar people. And the attacks coming from left, right, and center, not just Nigeria now, but even from other countries. So everybody should wisen up. Let us join hands together and fight for the freedom of our motherland. That is the only thing we have. That is the only anchor. Because, okay, we are in US, some of us are in Europe, we want to go home. If you look at, or if you have listened to what is going on in the US right now, not just US, most of the Western world, they don't want the Black people in their country. So if we don't fight for our land, where are we going to be? Then we have no place to go. How is it that after working so hard in the Western world, you can't retire back home? If you go home, even with all those efforts that you have put in, all the resources, maybe you have built houses, built businesses back home, then you'll be afraid to go home. Because by the time you go home, if you make it alive to your village, to your community, how are you sure that tomorrow the Fulanis are going to allow you to be? They will not, because their plan is to take over your land, not just Islamize the nation, is to take over your land. And if your enemy is chasing you away, where do you run to? You run to your home, because you feel that your home should be the safest place for you to hide. And now with the things that are going on, if we don't put hands together to fight for our land, to reclaim our land, then we're in big trouble. Our children will be in big trouble. So I'm urging every Igbo, every Biafran, Igbo Biafrans and non-Igbo Biafrans, to fight for the life of our land.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. You have spoken well. I appreciate you for that wonderful, wonderful contribution. And we are going to close the program with the message of our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekan. Let's listen to a few minutes of his message before we close finally. Thank you so much, my beloved sister, for that wonderful contribution.
That's like
How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read the newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer in this way. But see, they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Luga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you want Nigeria. That was why you yesterday or today, supported by the BBC. The problem people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, see people watch newspapers, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation. They are your second worst enemies. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know this. They were the same people you to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indian warehouses, typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo, oh, you're Yoruba, oh, you're from Morocco. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president in 2023. Ask yourself, all of them that have been president from time ago, what benefit does it do to you as a human being? Absolutely nothing. So you have nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. You look at them now, how they have now descended on Yoruba people, asking them to concede. Give us your forest. We must graze. We must do this. We must do that. And slowly, before your eyes, they are giving in. They are capitulating. They are allowing them to. If you don't give it to us, Tinubu will not be president in 2023. Tinubu won't be the president. That's what I said. And foolishly, you will agree and hand over your land to them. And once they take your land over from you, look at Hausa. Because there is a saying where we come from. Also, now, if you want to know what your life is going to become in the future, look at Hausa people. If you want to understand or appreciate, I would say, the life that you are now to be with your children and grandchildren, look at Hausa people. Is there any Hausa governor today? Is there any Hausa emir? Is there land though? Katsina is Hausa land. Kanu is Hausa land. Sokoto is Hausa land. The Hausa people own indigenous to those areas. I'm asking you this question. Is there any Hausa man who's an emir? Something's going to happen to you. If you don't rise up now to break, I'm not even asking people to break this. You demand for what rightfully belongs to you, your freedom. The freedom to decide. The freedom to write the constitution if you prefer. The freedom to live with whoever you want to live with. That is what we're asking for. But most people misunderstood what we are saying. And today, almost everything we have said about this issue has come to pass. Everything I told you, everything I told you has come to pass. Everything. And some people are still questioning. Like they said, Fulani will resist by all means necessary, including armed resistance, any attempt to forcefully eject them from the forest. Yoruba, you must ask yourself this question. are pursuing them from a point. Why didn't they say something about ESM on African? Why? Have you asked yourself that question? Because they know we are prepared to die to defend our land. They understand that very well. That is the only language the Fulani understand. You cannot say to Fulani, oh, let us have a Fulani president. And after that, all will be well. Never, ever, ever. They will continue to expand. They will continue to identify idiots in your midst, traitors, saboteurs in your midst. They will promise them heaven and earth. They will give them anything they ask in order to ensure that they get into you, they subjugate you. Look at Yoruba land. Yoruba, how did you lose a lorry? You lost a lorry because somebody thought or felt that by aligning himself with what he felt was a superior Fulani force, he can defeat his own people. After what happened? As a result of that miscalculation, the great Yoruba race lost the lorry to Fulani Caliphate. That is why in the Lorraine you have an emir of the Lorraine, not an Oba of the Lorraine. Answerable to Sokoto. That is where life Muhammad comes from. You can see them. Sokoto slaves. When I say that it's not religion, it has nothing. It has everything to do with the mentality of a conquered people. Now they have left the Lorraine, haven't taken the Lorraine and taken it to Sokoto. They now want to come into Oyo. They want to come into Ondo. Once they take over all those things, it's over for the Yoruba race. Over. No, never again will anybody rise a man of honor or integrity in Yoruba land. Never ever. It will only be a stooge. Look at what's happening in this. Only Fulani stooges can now imagine in this. It took them very many years, nearly 50 years, to accomplish the present importance of making sure that everybody, be it Omanese, be it Bandef, be it Governor, anybody you're bringing out must come to the north to swear allegiance to Caliphate. All of them. Wow. Is there any political godfather in the east?
None.
There is none. They all go to the north to go and swear allegiance to the Kenjo. That is why our life is in the best. That is why the campaign also I make him the Ohanese president general. In front of our eyes, in front of and one that they bribe him, they get money to BBC, they get money to all two newspapers, they select to trumpet. Okay, Apex. You saw them holding their meeting under a canopy. They turned without shade. The whole of it. Under sand, on canopy. But you saw it. Disgraceful and talking rubbish. The man looks like a gentleman anyway. Talking nonsense. These are people they have prepared for you to set you down with them. By the time the Fulanis are done with you, believe you me, if you don't rise up now to fight for your freedom, by the time Fulanis are done with you, you'll be more useless than the House of Representatives. Doing your Badiana somewhere in Zambia. That is the future that awaits you. Now, our people must understand this very clearly, especially my Yoruba brothers and sisters. It is about time to stop supporting evil. That evil is answerable. That evil is a gang of reprobates calling themselves presidents. The more you keep on supporting evil, so the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and adopted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that the group will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action.
Absolutely.
They groomed them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, and ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them to Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. Why the state government brought them in? Are you people deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show me. Somebody was asking me, where is the boundary, or where will the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? people from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a rail line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Soap, you come to Onadi, you come to Ebema, you come to Agule, you come to Ego, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to the Jericho. Now you want me to be happy with you. That's you, Nigeria is still where one Nigeria. I think you are insane.
Thank you so much, my fellow Biafrans. We have to stop it there. If you begin to listen to Mazen Nandekan, even till tomorrow, you will not get tired. So I always play a bit of his messages that suit the time that we are in. I have had the message very clear and simple. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every one of us. We're going to end the program here and see you all and the fundraising. My beloved sister Esther, thank you so much for joining. We will see you again next time. Thank you so much and stay blessed. All right.
See you.
All right.
See you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
This is not wicked word. This is not Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I'm really telling you a story about the one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The river they go. The river they go. Opposite Udi. By the right hand side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the Pali boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. If better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting.